So today I'm going to attempt to do the monkey wrench racing brass shifter cable bushings for the matrix, and I'm just gonna go ahead and remove all of this. So air box is gonna come all the way out, the hose, the cruise control box, which it looks like it's just held on by a couple bolts here because they are underneath all of this, like way down there. So I figure it's just easier to get everything out of the way, stop trying to, fuss, get around it, and yeah, freaking get this thing in. I may not finish today. I may continue this video tomorrow, a little part 2, but it'll all be posted in one part, so it makes no difference to you. Yeah, that being said, I'm just gonna grind on this, get it most of the way apart, and check back in here in a minute. So after getting air box off, cruise control box moved, we now have a better shot. It's the brake, or the clutch line, but it's 1, that's 2. So I think this is about as easy as it's gonna get. And it's still not super easy, but I have a long set of pliers, and then I can potentially move these cables up a little bit to get the old bushing out, but we will see. So next step is to get those cotter pins out, and then there's a pin that you gotta not lose, and go from there. Okay, so whoever said they got the stock bushings out and the new one's in 15 minutes, you're a filthy liar. I had to take a Dremel to these, obviously. Ripped off the rubber, so it cut a little bit, and then I tore it off with flatheads in my hands. And then I took a Dremel to the brass inserts inside of them, and then PB blast the absolute hell out of them, and then wiggled them back and forth until they were loose, and slid them off. So this is the longest part of the process. Now the new ones going in should be relatively quick, so let's do that. So here they are installed. Like, without even feeling the shifter, there's much more rigidity in these cables. That being said, I'm gonna, oh, by the way, this was super easy to get them back in. They don't press in, they just kind of, it's the same size, not slightly oversized. So, but being solid is enough for them to be rigid. So yeah, that being said, just make sure it's a neutral, when you get these back on, because you don't want to have these installed and your shifter not in a gear and then the trans be in a gear. So make sure your trans is in neutral. But yeah, I'm gonna put this back together and then take it for a drive, probably tomorrow though, because I'm running out of time today. But yep, that's the end of that for today. Alright, so this is before I put the engine bay back together. I'm just going to go through the gears, make sure everything is where it should be. And this is my first time feeling the shifter, so I'm going to give my first impressions. It's only going to kind of be accurate to when I'm driving it, but I'm still going to go through it and just see. So, oh wow. I saw a comment somewhere that someone said they don't really notice that much of a difference. This feels different. It's much notchier. There's about the same amount of side-to-side play in the shifter, but I think only a short shifter will help that, and it's still not going to be perfect. But wow, oh wow, this is much better. I can tell I'm going to like this quite a bit more than, yeah, everything's right where it should be. So I had it in neutral when I put the keels back on. So wow, yeah, no, I'm excited to drive this actually. That's a noticeable difference. And I only changed the shift cable bushings so far. And everything else is stock in the shifter assembly. I do plan on getting monkey wrench racing short shifter kit the shifter base bushings, replace them with I think it's aluminum or steel that they make them out of, and then get a TRD shift knob, which is a little larger and weighs a little bit more, and just a new boot because this one's beat. But yeah, already this is a noticeable difference. I'm not going to call it night and day because it's really not, but it's a little more notchy. It's definitely easier to go into gear. I feel like I'm not hitting the in-between gears as much. Again, it's not, there's no load on it or anything, so, but so far so good, man. I'm impressed with the difference. Um, so next is to put it back together the rest of the way and take it for a drive. I don't know if I'm going to take it for a drive today because I'm starting yet another video doing the brakes in the rear. I finally have all my parts, and but that's a separate video. So subscribe. It's coming soon. We're getting stuff done on this car. Looking at the Corolla right here, it's coming soon. You know, some content for it, but you know, we're getting a lot done to the Matrix. You know, because I got to get it ready to daily drive. I'm gonna get rid of my other car. So yeah, that being said, let's get this thing together and you know, film an outro.